The MDNA means a lot of things to me, and it provides a lot of value. But the most important thing, in my opinion, is the MDNA is a place where people like me go to be around like-minded people in the same type of business where we can build friendships, we can collaborate together, I can give advice, I can get advice, and most importantly, it's a place where I can make money with my friends. That's what the MDNA means to me.
That's walk us through the kind of the evolution of a locator.
Okay. Locator has been an arm of the MDNA for decades, and Locator initially started up as a print publication where MDNA members could list their equipment, advertise it, and get sales. So that's what it was like for many, many years. And over time, through the internet age, Locator transitioned to a website where you could list equipment. So that was kind of the evolution of Locator. But over the years, there's been other competitors that have popped up in the industry, and it's gotten more competitive. And coincident or not coincidentally, it's gotten more competitive, and things have changed. And ultimately, we've noticed that the efficacy of Locator's power going down, which has led us to rethink what Locator should be. And within our board, we've had many discussions about how we can make Locator different and a better tool for the MDNA. And we kind of had an aha moment in one of the meetings where we said, hey, the MDNA's purpose is to help out members, to allow members to collaborate and make money with each other, et cetera. Why don't we align Locator more so like the MDNA? So that led us to rethink the whole design and set up Locator to be a spot where MDNA members go to do business with MDNA members. So that's where our head's at with Locator right now.
People don't understand. So Locator is much more than just a website. Can you just walk through a little bit really what it is? Because it's a system that does a lot of different things. Can you explain what Locator is?
Sure, absolutely. Locator's a website where members can put up listings of their equipment or get their website crawled. So it's essentially a database of listings. And when the listings go up, it gets advertised to the world. So that's what Locator is.
Go into detail about really what it is now, the new vision of Locator. Talk about why it's private and how it's private and all the things.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. So like I was saying, over time, there's been more players that have gotten in the industry, and ultimately, with all these websites, the major purpose is to put your equipment up there and advertise it to end users. That's what you're going after. And there's a lot of people in that space. And again, that led us to just think of how can things be different? How can we do something that brings value that none of these other websites bring? So again, we had this idea of making a setup on Locator where it was easier to do business with MDNA members. And that led us to have this idea of creating this tool, which we're calling the machine requoting tool. And this is something no other website has. So one of the major pain points I've experienced over the years of being in this industry is you got a client that comes to you, they want to do business with you, and they're looking for a machine. And a lot of times I don't have that machine that actually works for them. Given the fact that they want to do business with me, they want me to find something that works for them. So I go on a wild goose chase, going on the internet, looking for something I can requote to that client of mine. And, when I'm doing that, if I find a machine that I think makes sense to that client, I got to request a quote from that dealer. I got to find out if there's even margins in that machine to resell it. And then beyond that, once I get that information, I got to build up my own quote. I got to spend all this time, extracting all that information from what the dealer sent over, putting those photos on my quote, doing a write-up for it, implementing my terms and conditions, putting my header on it. And it's a long process. And then beyond that, when I'm doing that, you don't always know if that machine's going to make sense to the client. So ideally, you want to present several options. So when I'm going through that process, it's going to take several minutes, if not hours, to get a portfolio of equipment I can present to that client. And a lot of times what happens is it doesn't make sense, and hours have been lost. And with this tool that we've implemented on Locator, it really helps resolve that pain point. And the way the tool works is I get on Locator and do a search for a type of machine I'm looking for my client. And when I do that search and find some options, I go on that product page. I can simply click on that page, request access to requote. Again, this is something not on any other website. So when I click that, the dealer I'm dealing with gets an email notification saying Carl Davis at the Equipment Hub is looking to requote this machine. Do you want to grant the dealer access? If they grant me access, they define the net price to me, provide any pertinent details that might make sense for me. And then once that happens and they grant access, that machine pops up on the back end of the Locator website on my profile. And when I see that machine, all I got to do is click on that machine and put in send quote. When I do that, I define or input in the price I want to quote my customer, and I put in their name and email address and hit send quote. And when I do that, the quote goes to them with my header on it, my terms and conditions, the pictures from that listing, and the write-up. It literally goes from taking several minutes, if not hours, to 30 seconds. So it's such a effective, quick way to do things. And when it comes to Locator, again, we're looking to create a private experience. This is the spot that MDNA members go to do business with MDNA members. We join the MDNA to deal with ethical people, deal with people that are our friends. So now we have a system where we have the assurance of we're dealing with people we trust, and beyond that, we have this tool that makes it so easy to put that machine in front of a client of ours. And a lot of people are not. People will sometimes give a rebuttal. Hey, why would I want to do that? Why would I want to let another dealer sell my machine? And here's the thing with this Locator setup. All you have to do is hit decline. You don't have to grant access. And sometimes it doesn't make sense to have another dealer sell it. But the reality is as a machinery dealer in the MDNA, there's certain things that I know well in the industry, certain types of machines I know well, and there's certain machines I don't know well. There's certain customer bases I'm strong in. There's certain customer bases I'm not strong in. So there's a lot of value to work with MDNA members. In certain situations, and a lot of times when I'm working with a dealer, they get money I would have never gotten. And they're getting a discount, so they're making money. So it's a win-win. I'm making more money, and I got a friend in the industry, selling it and making money as well. So it's a win-win. And with this Locator, it makes it so much easier. And, the vision with what we're doing right now is to ultimately get every MDNA member on Locator online, the MDNA Locator. That's our vision. And if we do that, we'll have an incredible ecosystem of MDNA dealers on this site where when I'm looking for a machine, I know that this site is the best spot to find the equipment. And then beyond that, I got this tool that makes it so easy to remarket the machine. In essence, Locator Online is fully aligning with MDNA.
Are you finding yourself through this tool starting to build new relationships because of how it's designed and how easy it is?
Yeah, absolutely. What? So I've been in this business for 15 years, and what I've observed over all these years is, in many ways, the best catalyst to build a relationship quickly with a colleague. The best way to develop a good relationship is to do business with that colleague. When you're making money with someone else, it makes it a lot easier to develop that relationship. So, Locator Online, unlike some of the other sites, is all about transparency. When you're going on the site, you know what dealer is selling the machine. You got their contact information. There's other sites out there that restrict all of that. There's a wall up. You don't know who's selling the machine. You don't know if it's an MDNA dealer. You don't know if it's an end user. You have no clue. And then beyond that, it's hard getting the information you need. So Locator Online does it differently. Yeah, there's full transparency. It's, again, a spot where MDNA members go to, and they know they can deal with people they trust.
Can you walk us through how the wanted machines work and how you can just simply post something to the system and get direct feedback from other members, opposed to trying to find the needle in the haystack?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, so another nice feature with Locator Online is a wanted section. So there's a few different ways to use the site, a few different methods of achieving your goals. But on the wanted side, yeah, if ideally for me, if I got a client looking for a machine, the first thing to do is to do a search. See if another dealer has that machine. So if I'm going through the process, I'm going on Locator Online, I'm doing a search. If I can't find that machine, the next logical step is to put out a wanteds ad. Maybe there's a dealer out there that has a machine in their inventory, but they haven't posted it on their site. Maybe they're working a deal where they know that's going to be coming up. So you have that ability to also put out the wanted ads on it. And again, the goal with Locator Online is to get all the members on there. That is where the site becomes so valuable for all MDNA members. So I want to put a call out to all the members. Let's build this up together. This is a team effort where if we all collaborate together and put everything up, we'll know that we have one site we need to go to. My goal is to have my number one bookmark be Locator Online. My goal is to have my employees' number one bookmark to be Locator Online. We all deal with it where we don't have the machine a client's looking for. Why mess around doing Google searches, going through various other sites? Let's just go to a single site, and you have the trust and integrity of the MDNA behind it.
You send the quote out, and now you do a deal. Does the system help you facilitate that kind of broker-dealer deal, or is there any functionality around that, or is it just helping you on the quoting side?
It's just helping us on the quoting side. However, the exciting thing about what we're doing is we're partnering up with Machine Hub, who also provides CRM software. So we got the brains and the skills of Machine Hub that will allow us to enhance and build the website. So the major thing is this requoting system that we've already implemented, and I recommend everyone try it out. However, as we get more people on board, we're completely open to getting feedback from MDNA members to help us build this to be the perfect tool. So with the backing of Machine Hub, we'll be able to do that, and that's really exciting.